So check this out. I'm talking to a buddy of mine the other day, and he tells me that he just got into a new job. I said, what are you doing? He says, I'm doing sales. I said, same company. He goes, hey, yeah, same company I've been with for years. But, they want me to go into the sales role because, I understand the business, the product line, and everything else. I said, cool. He said, but the problem is I've never been in sales before. I'm not really sure where to start. I said, beautiful. I said, let's talk about this for a second. What are you going to do to go build the business up right now? He goes, well, like I said, I'm not really sure where to start, and especially with COVID going on right now, I think it's going to be really tough for me to get started in sales when I can't go out and see people. I said, look, you may not be able to go out and see people. I said, but you got a very, very powerful tool right there at your fingertips. He goes, what's that? I said, it's the phone call. You want to be making the phone calls to people. You want to be touching base with people on a regular basis. He says, okay. I said, so let's identify two things right now. Number one, who are you calling? He goes, well, I got to call, I said, no, let's break this down. Like, who are the actual audiences? Now, we ended up identifying that he's got 3 different audiences of people he's got to call. So the next thing became, well, why are you calling? What do you have to say to these people? And again, it was this whole thing about breaking down the why. And as we went through and broke down the audience, and we broke down what his big goal is, we broke down the why of the phone call, the next thing we got to, I said, look, the overall, the be-all and end-all of these calls, he goes, yeah. I said, you're trying to build a relationship with people. I said, this is the first time you're going to be calling these people. He says, oh, yeah. I said, now, do they know who your company is? He goes, well, what do you mean? I said, like if I called up and I was like, hey, it's David from Nike, would they be like, who's Nike? He's like, no. Like, they would know who we are. I said, perfect. So you don't have to call and, break the ice of, who the company is. You just got to kind of call and break the ice of who you are. He goes, yeah. I said, okay, here's the kicker. He goes, what's that? So when you pick up the phone and they pick up the phone, it's all about charisma. It's all about who's on the other end. Look, they can't see you. There is no predetermined judgment of what you're wearing or what you look like or anything else. This is all about what you sound like. So when you pick up the phone, you want to have this charisma, this energy. Not that you're jumping off the walls, but that you're somebody that sounds like, I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to talk to you for one more moment and maybe say hello or hear what you have to say. And so the whole point is, again, your big goal here, you're trying to build on relationship. So here's what I want you to do with this. First of all, I want you to make a call list. Every single day, I want you to think about the power of the phone call. This is the most powerful IPA you have out there. More powerful than email, more powerful than social media. Maybe just as powerful as seeing people, but maybe even a little bit less intrusive. This phone call is the most powerful thing you can do. So again, we're going to create a call list every single day. 5 to 10 people that we want to pick up the phone and we want to call. And it's very simple. Go and get the first name, the last name, the phone number, put a little one-liner note about what you talked about last time or why you're calling this person. Then just pick up the phone and make the call. Now, granted, yes, you will trip over yourself a little bit. Yes, you may not have the exact right words the first time you make the call. But the be-all and end-all is you're going to get better as you do this more and more and more. Now, the next thing I want you to do is not just make the list, but schedule when are you going to go make those phone calls. He goes, oh, man, that's another tough one. I said, why? He goes, well, being at home, COVID, and the kids are at home and they're doing school, and it's really loud and it's tough to make the calls. So I asked him, I said, well, are you tied to your desk every day? He goes, well, there's times I got to be there. I said, but what about when you're making your calls? He says, well, not necessarily. I said, perfect. Get in your car, go drive around the block, go drive in a country road. I don't care where you drive. Go aimlessly drive. But while you're driving, hustle. Make those calls. Say what's up to people. And he sat there. He's like, you know what? That's a good idea. I said, sure, man. Gets you out of the house, gets you away from the noise, changes up the monotony of the same routine and scene every single day. Now you're driving around. Hopefully it's a nice, beautiful day outside, and you're hustling. You're making your phone calls. Now, what I want you to do with that is I want you to take notes about everything you talk to everybody about. So on that little piece of paper you've got with you, little chicken scratch note, left her a voicemail. Spoke to him. He was actually open, to hearing more and wanted to see my website. Need to follow up again next time with this person. You see, you're taking these little notes. But now you know why you're calling. So the next step from that is you've made that call. You've done whatever you've done to try to build on a relationship today. Now when you're done, you go back to your desk. You go back to the list. You add the notes of everything you talked about with that person. You schedule that person ahead for the next time. Make sure they're getting your other marketing. Make sure that you're connected on social media. For a full list of exactly what you should be doing, go download the Ultimate Marketing Bundle from my website, MindShare101.com. Download it. It's a free 31-page ebook packed with a 90-day social media content calendar, and it will walk you through all 7 ways to be building MindShare so that you get the market share. The big one here is to make the phone call. So again, Who are you calling? Make the list. When are you calling them? Schedule it. And why are you calling? Take those notes. Now, that whole fear of, I don't know what to say, or I don't know what they're going to tell me, or I don't know what to do, and that whole fear around making phone calls, it's gone. You were on the ball. You were building relationships. You're building that mind share, and you are getting that market share.